That's nice. That's very loud. Oh, this thing is on. Hey, everybody. NXT just went off the air. It's going to be a fun review, and we're going to catch you guys. I should always have the intro ready, and I don't. Intro. Hey, everybody. This is Unpopular View, the NXT edition. I am Bad Guy Jack, joined with, as always, the Captain Shaykesphere. And we have a special guest from In Cat We Trust, Mrs. Trust, Katrina Storm. Katrina, how are you, madam?
Tired, but good. I'm good. I'm happy to be here.
You know, we planned this for a long time. We were trying to get you on the show for the anniversary. You know, things didn't work out, but we got you here for this special NXT. It's WrestleMania weekend, and you have a panel this weekend, so it was like, hey, we should like team up. And you was like, yes. I know there was a lot more enthusiasm than that, but I'm just gonna go with that. But NXT went off the air, and what up, George? That's what a time, George. And what did you guys think about NXT tonight? I mean, anybody? Well, you're the guest, Kat. Why don't you go first, and then we let Captain go after. So, what did you think about NXT tonight, madam?
It was good. There were moments that I gave a couple of eye rolls. I was very polite in my live tweets to Women's Wrestling Talk because I was live tweeting, and I had to be nice because it wasn't my page, and so I couldn't say what I really wanted to say about certain things. But I said a little. But otherwise, it was a good go-home show. But there were people that I didn't need to see on my TV screen on Tuesday.
And you know what? I'm going to cut you off right there and there because I know I can't wait to hear the shenanigans to come out of your mouth because I know you're going to say some things I just immediately disagree with. I've seen your work on Thursdays at 7 p.m. with this lady right here. So I already know what's going to happen. Yes, we have H-Man. Jetpack Empire is growing consistently. Watch your back, John Travolta. But Captain, what did you think? I don't know why John Travolta should watch it back, but what did you think about NXT, Captain?
You know, I thought it was pretty good. It had some solid matches. Were there certain things that could have been an email? Absolutely. And I will speak on those said email things when we get to it.
I love that it's got to be an email. Like, it just pretty much the same. Pretty much it shouldn't be on TV. Like, it can't even be on YouTube. It can't be on Twitch. It got to be an email. So pretty much no one can see it because no one really checks their email. So why don't we open up with, it was a battle royal. And when I saw it was a battle royal, I said, man, there's going to be a lot of names to write down. And I was able to get these names thanks to the powerful thing called Google. So we had Apollo Crews. I knew it was Apollo Crews because he was the only one who had an entrance. We had Apollo Crews. We had someone, Manta, Charlie Dempsey, Dabakato, Damian Kemp, Dante Chen, Dijak. I knew it was Dijak because I looked at the hands. Nathan Fraser. We had Drew Gulak, Anafi, Javier, Jinder. I don't even. How did Jinder get in this match? Like, how did he get in here? Oh, I must be invisible. Oh, that's okay, Charmaine. Once again, you know, she uses my pictures on Facebook for clout. I want you to know that, Charmaine. And don't even tag me at all. Very rude, Miss Marie. We had Malik Blade, Odyssey Jones, Oro, Quincy Elliott. If you blinked, you missed Quincy Elliott because Quincy Elliott was there. And like, I only knew he was in the match because Booker T said, oh, he got eliminated. Quincy got eliminated. Scripps, Zion Quinn, Hank Walker, which I can't wait to talk about Hank Walker because I feel like people have been disrespecting Hank Walker. This battle royal was a battle royal.
Bron? Where did you guys get that from? I didn't diss Bron. Where did I say anything about Bron?
Did you diss Bron?
No, I did. I said there were certain people that when we get there, I'm going to have a little rant. Some people that was on my screen, but I didn't mention Bron at all. I like Bron.
Bron is cool. Bron is cool. But it was a battle royal. I mean, you had all these names. It was just to get the last spot in the North American Fatal 5-Way. Axiom wins this match. You know, I was talking to Cap, and she was pretty much pointing out, like, why did he have to go through this when he was already making it clear, like, I want to go for this. He should have been one of the first people in this Fatal 5-Way, but he had to go through hell just to get a shot at this championship. And he wins. And the last two was him and Fraser. I'm not going to go through the movement here. I mean, there was a lot of fast movement. There was a lot of kicks and flies and stuff like that. And Axiom wins, and he's going to be, if it was Nathan, I wouldn't have mind. I mean, I feel like he would have still been a great fit for that Fatal 5-Way. But Axiom being in work, Ron, I have to say to Shay and Cap, ladies first, don't sit here and fool me. You can't fool me, Miss Marie. But this was a battle royal. What did you guys think about it? Why don't we start with you, Kat, and then Captain, why don't you go next? Give thoughts.
So I was going into NXT like, oh, like, all right. And then Apollo comes on my screen. And like, first of all, he was the only one that got an interest I thought was kind of disrespectful. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, how are you the only one getting interest and you don't even win? I need to understand. Like, how do you get an entrance? I don't know what he's talking about because I didn't think about Bron. But how did you come in and get an interest? He did all this and then he loses. And so I just want to thank, I can't think of his name right now, for not only getting rid of this. It was like Apollo went out and then Jinder Mahal went out like back to back. And I just was like, universe, thank you for lightening and brightening up my Tuesday night, because I didn't actually see either one of them on my screen. I really didn't want to see Jinder Mahal. When Booker T was like, oh, he's like the man. I was like, get out of here. But Booker T almost got a tweet. He almost got one, because like, don't say shenanigans. Jinder Mahal, please. Okay. And then Apollo did all that smack talking to get thrown over the side. I was like, thank you, because nobody cared. Was over it. I don't even know why they even have to do all this. Like, Axiom should have already. I knew he was winning it. Even I would have been okay if Frazier got it, but we knew he was winning it. Well, why did he have to work extra hard? How did Dragon Lee, as we said last week, how did Dragon Lee get to like just decide, and then y'all sitting here making this man work to the end? Get real. I'm happy with the win, but nobody asked like for Apollo Crews, nobody asked for Jinder Mahal, and nobody asked for this random match of having Axiom work hard like he wasn't working this whole time. Like, stop. He didn't do too many matches for these shenanigans, but I'm okay with the win. I'm happy with the win.
I'm literally trying to compose myself because, Jay, this is like one of the funniest comments I've ever seen. I've never seen someone say I've had it up to my chin with disrespect. I'm sorry. It's a lot for me.
I honestly just started looking at the message and I was like, wait, what? And I know it's been up for a minute, but please take the floor.
But yeah. Why was Jinder in there? I feel the same way. Like, why are you in here? Just taking up space nobody asked you to take up. Like, do your thing somewhere else. That's how I feel. I'm glad that Axiom won. He shouldn't have had to go through all of this. He had to deal with big old Hank in his way weeks before. He shouldn't have even been in the hallway. And that's another argument for another day. It just makes no sense to me why Axiom had to jump through all these hoops and Wesley just look at these men fighting. Yeah, in the match. Axiom got to jump through hoops. For what?
Well, that's what happens when you wear a mask. Yeah, no. He had to. You ever seen Ringling Brothers? Yeah.
Dragon Lee has a mask.
Well, his mask is cooler. That's what happened. I already knew what kind of show this was going to be with you two on. That's why I came prepared to fight and swing.
I think you're just jealous because you can't wear a turtleneck like Axiom.
So what?
Yeah, the truth comes out.
I have plenty of turtlenecks. I just decided not to wear them because the weather is getting better and I want to show off my neck. I don't know where this is going, but I'm going to stop. Let's move on to the very next thing. We had Briggs and Jensen. Kiana James, she sat there and said, we got some tag team gold. And I think it'll look great if you guys go and get some tag team. Kiana James is doing some really good stuff here. She's trying to get the boys so that, they're a team. Like, hey, we got gold, you got gold. Let's all have gold. Hayden Fallon sits here and says, like, what are you trying to do? She's a hater. Not really a fan of people who's hating. You gotta listen to Mary J. Blige, 2001. She sung a song. We got a match. pretty deadly. They have some segment going on here where they're just in between and they're talking about all the matches for Stand and Deliver. They talked about the Fatal Five-Way. We have JD Madonna, Dragunov, Axiom, Dragon Lee, Wesley. Dragon Lee got in because of his last name. You know, you asked before, why did he get in? It's definitely because of his last name. And Axiom. So they did a talk. They did a preview about that match. We got Von Wagner against Tyler Bate. Tyler Bate is going to be teaming up with Chase U. If Melo wins, I might lose it. Oh, I can't wait for that to happen. That's going to be great. That's going to be a fun stream that day. Yeah, we got Von Wagner against Tyler Bate. This match was just paint by numbers. It really wasn't anything special. It was just to get Tyler Bate a win, especially since he's going to have a match teaming up with Chase U to go against Schism. I did like the spot where when Tyler Bate, he hops over the ropes. He does like a springboard move, and Duke, who everyone is just giving a hard time, which is rude, holds the rope down so he can flip over to hit Robert Stone, and he gives a high five to Duke. Duke didn't look like he wanted to be there because Chase U are losers, but you know, he's still there to support his team, like most people on the New York Knicks, because they're losers. They just stay there. And yeah, Tyler Bate gets the win from with a spinning corkscrew maneuver. So what did you guys think about the match? And why is George stealing stuff from the Japan community? I see you, George. I was trying to pay attention and be a professional, but we see you're adding points. You know, like, you know, you don't know how to count, George. You suck. Stop sucking. Take the floor. Somebody help.
You go first, Shay. I'll go after.
I'm sorry, that made me laugh. Wait, I can't.
Get it together. We knew what kind of show this was going to be, guys. Like, this was going to be that show, and this is off to a great start.
I've decided to say that I'm rooting for everyone. That is my comment.
Rooting for everybody.
Oh, God. I'm sorry. It's so random. Like, that's like what's the PC answer where you're trying to be nice. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, I don't know. You mentioned a few things, and so the whole thing with like Kiana and like Fallon, I'm just like, please stop. Like, get real. Like, I feel like she needs to do stuff. Clearly, all right, cool. And so it was just like, if this is gonna do, but as far as the match with Tyler Bate, I actually thought it was good, but more so because of Tyler Bate, I think, because I don't know what Von Wagner was doing, and then Duke in the back hating. I was kind of getting annoyed with him too. Like, you know, like when they won, he was clapping. I'm like, ew, clap better. This is your person supposed to be in your university. Show some spirit, okay? Why are you clapping like haterade? A lot of hate was happening. So, like, you know what? You get out of the ring. Get out of the ring. And be somewhere else. It just like, why are you there being with the negativity? I don't know. But otherwise, I thought Tyler Bate did his thing as he should. I didn't understand why we didn't even see Ron Wagner, honestly. But I was glad that Tyler Bate did what he needed to do. But Duke made me more mad because I'm like, why are you hating back there? Like, maybe you need to wrestle better.
You know why he's hating? You know what, Mrs. Trust? You know why he's hating? Because his team is a losers. And he's stuck with these guys. He gets frustrated with these guys because they constantly lose. Now, I agree. He should go on to bigger and better things because he's a winner. But yeah, the spirit, you know what happened? Not Duke University. It should be Duke University, but Chase University sucked the.
You know what? No, absolutely not.
Oh no!
You know what? All the time that Chase U has lost, they had never had to have their heads shaved bald. You know who has? Duke.
You know, at some point we have to move on. We have to grow up. We have to sometime hold the door for the elderly. We have to move on. Now carry on with your thoughts, madam, because right now I don't want to hear it.
You want me to carry on with my thoughts, but you don't want to hear it?
Yes.
What? Should I speak or not? Like, I'm just confused now.
You can talk. What are you talking about? This is your show too.
I'm just saying, he was being a hater the entire time. Like, I'm sorry, but like coming from Jay really had a grip on me. Like, I couldn't even speak. Like, you hitting the wall. Why are you hitting the wall?
Because I know what kind of show is this. This is why I knew this was going to happen. I had to take my, I had to check my blood pressure because I already knew it was going to go through the roof. But carry on.
You have to pull a Kyle to check your blood pressure? That's
interesting. Don't you have thoughts?
Move on.
This show is great. Yeah, Tyler Bate gets the win. Schism does a promo. So, question, I remember you asking this, Kat. You was like, did Schism just take over Duke? I keep saying Duke University, but Chase University because they had their students. So, you know what, George? I keep telling you every chance I get. Come on there, have a promo battle with me, and I'll take you to the cleaners on the weekends. Leave you there because on the cleaners it's closed on Sunday, so you will starve. That's my promo. That was good. 5 points for me. H-Man, give me 10 points. But yeah, Schism has, matter of fact, 25. Schism, they do this promo. They took over Chase University. So they're setting up for this match for on Saturday. We're gonna have predictions. This is not only just an NXT review show. We're gonna do quick predictions as we go through this show. We're getting there, folks. But we have Roxanne. She shows up. It's been a while. How long ago was what was that Roadblock? What, 3 weeks ago? 2-3 weeks ago, right? Like roughly. Yeah. So we haven't seen her in like 2-3 weeks. Now you see her in the hallway. She looks healthy and great because you know what? I realized this was a storyline, right? But it was becoming like, well, is it? Because I knew it was a storyline, but I was starting to be a little concerned, especially when they vacated the NXT Women'S Championship. Thank you. That's what I'm talking about. See, the Jack Pack community is just strong as ever. Schism University has a nice ring. No, it don't. I wouldn't go to that school. That sounds like you're like right across the street is like Sabrina the Teenage Witch High School. No, I don't want to go there. Good to see Roxanne, but sad she's not gonna be champ. Okay, we got someone. It says it's Sanderson. Is that David Sanderson? I'm surprised he's up. It's like 10:31. I thought he'd be asleep drinking milk, warm milk. You know, isn't that what 5-year-olds do? But we Roxanne she's feeling better. She approaches Shawn Michaels, who I have a beef with in 2K23. I got released in 2K23. So now I hate you even more, Shawn. Wow. You know, I don't even know why I even bother. But she approaches Shawn Michaels and she talks about like she's feeling better. She talked about that match that she had with Mako her anxiety was really a big thing for her. So with that being the thing, that's why she fainted. But she says her health is good. Let me get a chance in there. Shawn is saying, no, I can't. No, Shawn is like, no, you can't be in here in the match. I don't know why I made him sound like Batman, but he has such a deep voice now. But he's saying, I can't have you in the match. Your health is important. So you can't be in the match. But she says, stand deliver. And he says there's going to be other stand and delivers. But she says, are there? Which there are going to be more stand and delivers. But I understand her point. She's like, I need to be in this match. I'm the champion. I didn't just win this. Oh, my God. Sorry, someone's behind my computer. I should be more mindful. But Yeah, she's like, is there any more? And are there going to be more? And she talks about you were Mr. WrestleMania, and you would have just jumped through hoops just to be on Mania. And Sean gives in, and then he says, "All right, you're in, but I need more tests, and good luck and all that stuff." So she's going to be in this match, which changes everything because we had predictions on the Big Pop, and none of us included Roxanne. So now she's in the match. Did you guys want to give any thoughts about that segment?
She gagged him. She gagged him when she said, "Oh, you wouldn't do this." I was like, exactly. Sean, you would have been in there. So I was like, yes. And I also love the representation of her talking about anxiety because I think a lot of people suffer from anxiety. So it's nice to when you see someone who, when I look at Roxanne, I'm like, this girl is extraordinary, especially for her age. For her to be talking about, I deal with anxiety and all these things, it was nice. So that's all I have to say about that.
Anything, Mrs. Trust?
Yeah, I like that she mentioned that because I have anxiety, and I think I mentioned that on the Twitter that it was a relatable thing. Like you just kind of sometimes you get burned out a little bit. Do I think they needed to do it in that way? I thought they could have maybe had a segment rather than have her pass out. And I don't know, because it made it seem not to be saying that anxiety is not serious because it can be, but I felt like for it to happen in that way, it's just like, okay, that's yeah, she was exhausted, but would that make it something that would cause her to pass out? And so I was like, okay, I don't know if that's where we should have went. But they also posted a thing earlier, and Roxanne was holding the belt, and so that told me she was coming back today. And so I was like, all right, y'all, I don't know, y'all supposed to have that picture with her holding the belt like that, but that's when I was like, okay. And so when I saw her, I was like, okay, she's cleared before she even gave the speech. I did thought like why Sean was being concerned. He kept saying that she was young, and I'm like, dude, when every male wrestler get told, "Well, you're young, you got time." Like I've never heard that said for anybody else who's really trying to do their thing at a young age. And so that was a little weird to me because I was just like, why would you we know she's young, and yeah, she got time, but then again, you never know what time people have. Like you just never know. And so that was a little weird to me that he said like, "Oh, you're 21, you got plenty of time." And I'm like, well, what if she don't come back? Like, you know what I mean? It just that was a weird thing for me to him to say, just because no man wrestler's ever told you got time if you lose. You got time if you take a break. It's like you want them to come back. And so I did like that she mentioned the whole Mr. WrestleMania, Mr. Showstopper, because I was like, hello, that's how I became a fan. But yeah, Sean, we know about you back in the day. Let's not act like you was being nice and friendly. You did shenanigans backstage back in the day. So I was like, you better remember a little bit. You better use Apollo's visions to go back and remember what she was doing. Let's do that, okay? So I was glad that he said, that she can try to defend it rather than having. So I'm hoping, she does keep it. I don't think any of the people she's going against need the title yet. I'm gonna be honest. And I get people, and I'm like, yeah, but no, like Tiffany, like I said before, I think she's good, but she needs work. And I don't think she's ready to be a title holder. Roxanne's a lot more polished than the people that she's going against. And even with Gigi, and while I know people like her, it's just like the whole no, I don't know if I think you should be necessarily the champion just yet. I think you need to also get better with your mic skills, or get better with something where I'm like, all right, well, I can see you being a champion, and I can be okay with you taking it from Roxanne. And I don't think anybody at the people she's going against is ready for that yet. So I think she's going to retain it, but I was a little I was happy that he did it, but also like, Sean, stop it. Right? You're the reason I'm a fan. Let's not act like we don't know what you was doing back in the day. Okay, you was a cocky guy. Okay, and you wanted to do everything under the sun. And so she had to let him know. I was like, yes, tell him.
Good job, Roxanne, calling out. Oh, good.
And I also wanted to add, I'm really glad that they didn't go the interim champion route, because I really thought that's where they were headed. Because I'm like, okay, well, Roxanne's gonna come back. It's not like they just gonna. They didn't really make it official that they had stripped her. So I'm like, This is gonna be another interim champion thing. So I'm glad they didn't go that route. I actually am pretty glad about that.
Well, you gotta remember, it's not Wednesday nights. Just throwing that out there. 10 points for me. We have Elektra Lopez against Valentina. These gals been feuding for a while, Elektra, she's been trying to show Tina the way, try to actually get a win. I saw a post on Instagram, WWE, NXT, right? And sometimes I comment in there and I drop gems because I'm just a national treasure. And I saw that, they said, should Valentina listen to Elektra Lopez? I said, yeah, if she want to win. If not, just carry on with your way. And seeing how she didn't follow Elektra Lopez's way, she got dominated. I hate to be the one to bring up when people get dominated. But yeah, Elektra Lopez got the win here. I mean, it was something to get these girls on TV. I appreciate Elektra Lopez doing a Bodo bomb. Like when I saw it, I was like, I know that move. That move, because Albert used to A-Train used to do it, so I was kind of stoked seeing that. But I don't really have super big thoughts on this match. I just looked at it as it was something to get these women on air. They have a little mini story. So why don't you guys? Thank you, War Man. I see 50 points. Thank you. But what did you guys think about this match?
It's okay. I took it as that as well. Mostly just kind of get them on and maybe not to kind of refresh if they've been off TV for a little bit. Like just refresh a little bit by having them on screen. That's kind of what I took it as because it wasn't a long match. And while it was kind of, like sometimes you can't be sure, like Alesstra's there, but she's not always winning matches. So she got the win, but it's like, I took it as it was literally just kind of if you kind of forgot they had something happening. Oh, here you go. Here they are. Because everybody's kind of looking for it to stand and deliver. You don't need to give too much. Most people are focused on what's going to happen for stand and deliver. So just a little refresher, like, okay, they have this thing happening. And that's the way I took the match. It wasn't long enough for me to like, oh, okay, like I'm hyped for the feud because it wasn't all long enough. And I still think, Elektra definitely needs a little bit more work in the ring, though she did get the win. And so I just took it as maybe they were just trying to refresh people's memories that they were kind of in the feud, honestly. Kind of kill some time for just and this is not as bad as that sounds. I felt like that's what it was used for, kind of to kill a little bit of time, because this is mostly for kind of letting people know what's going to, towards the next, which will be the stand and deliver.
Yeah, this was a pretty quick match, and honestly, I think that they're just wrapping it up because it's like I feel like they had something going, but then I feel like they started to lose direction and they lost interest. Like it felt like the writers themselves lost interest in the feud personally halfway through. So I think they were just kind of wrapping it up and hopefully moving forward after Stand and Deliver, it's always a reset after they find something more concrete for both of these women because they are, they have a lot of potential, and I would hate for it to be wasted. So.
Absolutely. And great points by both of you guys. We had also the debut of, I asked you to help me with this because everyone knows my pronunciation stinks. But we had the debut of Eddie. That's when you come in, Cap. Like Eddie
Thorpe.
Thank you.
Thorpe. Yeah. Thorpe. Yeah.
I'm
a fan. I'm a fan, by the way. I'm just saying.
You want to talk about why you're a fan of this guy?
Don't call me out.
I don't have a phone in my hand. That was good. Another 10 points for me. But he goes against Miles Bourne. This is his debut. I don't know much about this young man, but I've heard that he was in New Japan. He was a young lion. Raw. That was so good. I'm proud of myself. I should audition for Lion King too. But he beats Miles Bourne. It was his debut. They're really putting a lot of spotlight on this young man, and it looked like he's going to be something. So I don't have much to say except like, okay, he looked pretty decent. You mentioned his finisher, and we were talking before we went on air, right? And you was mentioning his finisher. I think as time goes on, he'll find something more that's like, that's it, like that's gonna be. I always look at RVD from back in the day because I've always remember him doing the 5-star. But I remember watching some documentary, and his finisher once upon a time was the split-legged moonsault, which it's weird. I'm like, that was his finisher. So I say all that to say, as time goes on, I'm pretty sure he'll find something that's going to be really great. He might do he'll probably find something that works and fits his character. But why don't you take the floor, and then Mrs. Trust, why don't you take the right after Kat?
Yeah, I like him. The one thing I will say is he needs to change his finisher. I wasn't really rocking with it. I felt like it was so lackluster. Like it just happened and then it was like nothing was going on. So he just needs to change that in the boots. I'm not really into the boots. It was giving Melina, as I told you.
Oh, you
It was just too much. It was too much leg work for me. But everything else, yeah, I'm a fan. As I said before, I'm a fan. Shout out to him. We will be fighting about him every week. So get yourself ready.
I got gloves. I got baby oil. I'm always Vaseline, not baby oil, but I'm always prepared to fight. Are you kidding me? Take the floor, Katrina. See, this is what I did on Tuesday. You see this? You see this?
Oh, I did think it was a squash though. I was like, I didn't even let this man like. He didn't get once the guy didn't get entrance music. I was like, all right, they about to, they about to like. There's no like the man. He's been on NXT before. We have to have him come with no music, and then he get beat that quickly. I was like, I know you want to make him look strong, but come on, like he didn't get. It's not like this guy was super shitty, and then that's the excuse. Or like some random guy. Like sometimes we have the randoms that they're just there to lose. I mean, you could at least give the man a couple of more, like some a little bit more time. They squashed him pretty much. But I mean, it was good. It was a good debut in regards to trying to make him look strong. But I'm like, well, damn, like, homie had no chance. They didn't even allow him to have a chance. He pretty much got squashed. It wasn't lucky that he was a nobody. He actually wrestled in NXT before. So
I love that when you was mentioning everything, like you knew this guy didn't stand a chance. Once you don't hear no music, you know that person's a loser. And I don't even want to say that. That's not nice. I mean, I'm pretty sure Miles is a very nice guy, but I mean, they could have at least gave him the Matilda music or something to come out to. They didn't give him
it was like maybe 30, 40 seconds of offense, and the next minute I was like, oh, it's over. Like I was like mid-tweet trying to, I was like, oh, never mind. Like I was literally trying to like say something, and then it was over, and I was like, oh, well, I guess it was a squash. Like I was ready.
It wasn't, and it wasn't even much of a squash, right? He got some hits in. I mean, Miles, he got a scratch in. It was cute, but it wasn't cute enough because what's this guy's name? Eddie. Eddie just wrecked him, dominated. And I hate to be the reporter of domination. Katrina, can I ask you a question? If I'm allowed to ask a question. So me and Cap always fight as we continue to talk about NXT. But this weekend is WrestleMania weekend, right? And we got Roman Reigns going against Cody Rhodes, right? But we also got the Demon returning after being dominated by Roman Reigns. Don't you agree that he got dominated? The Demon got dominated. Don't be shy. You can say it.
Dominated. If you mean in regards to this bloodline reign, Roman pretty much beat all his opponents. If that's what you mean, then
yeah, no, exactly. Thank you. That's all I need to know.
I wouldn't use the word dominated. It's just he has purposely beaten all his opponents as he should. Because bloodline gotta be on top. I understand all that. But I think it's not necessarily just a Finn. It's just he beat everybody and like everybody he's with against.
No one's disrespecting Finn. I like Finn, but I'm just saying.
No, you is lying. Look at you. If you feel away, say that because you bring this up every week. On time, right on time. He didn't get dominated. The rope broke. The rope dominated him. That's it. Everybody was on the floor before the rope broke. Everyone but the Demon was on the floor before the rope broke. And you keep saying this dominated stuff. It is not the truth. You're a liar. You guys would know. I'm not sugarcoating. Literally, I'm Roman's probably one of his biggest fans. Like, I say this all the time. I say
look at Jeffrey. See, Jeffrey knows. Too much sugar is not good for you. Too much sugar is not good for the teeth. Thank you, Jeffrey. Don't.
No, it's not even that. Like I said, I would be the water on Roman's.
You said enough.
Okay.
You know how I feel hurt.
But you said Darwin. I felt like he beat up people a lot worse. Like he beat up Jay way worse. I feel like that's what I'm saying. Like if you mean like, if you're talking about dominating, like he didn't beat him up that bad. No, as I said, I was like, if you mean he won as everybody else, yes, I wouldn't say dominating. That's not the word I would use. That's what I mean. And I'm a writer. That is not the word I would use for that. He's dominated some people. He's not. I don't think Finn is one of them. I feel like there are other people he really beat up, like bad. Like, he wasn't dominated though.
Where's my
Ivy just
damn
wasn't
list?
dominated.
I'm so mad I can't find my list because you would be on it. I just can't find it. I don't know where it's at. I gotta clean up this room. But let's get back to NXT because I'm highly disgusted. I'm gonna have to drink some tea after this to calm me down. But we have a last chance for the what we thought was the vacant NXT Women's Championship. We have Sol Ruca, Ivy Niles, and Indy Hartwell. I said on our show, I forget if it was on here or the Big Pop, which you can catch us on Mondays, cheap plug. But I thought Sol Ruca would be a great addition in this match. She's young, she's really finding her footing. But it wasn't her call for tonight. I mean, she still had a good showing, and you could tell she's getting better. Her footwork is getting a lot better, and that was something for me. I always said, once she gets the footwork stuff going, because she has the athletic ability. I mean, she's doing stuff that people can't do, and I love the springboard splash that she does. Like it really looks like a spider just jumping. Like it's incredible. But she doesn't get the win. Indy Hartwell does. And I'm interested in hearing what you guys think in the chat about Indy Hartwell being in this match, because we have a group chat and some people were like, "Man, Indy deserves so much better. She deserves a lot better." And to see her put in this match, good for her. I'm happy for her. The finish comes from with Sol Ruca. No, Ivy Niles does that dragon sleeper maneuver, and when she something, and I gotta give Cap credit, you gotta stay out of those corners. And when she went for when they were in the corner, Sol Ruca said, "Oh, you want to play dangerous games, bitch?" And then boom, she smacked the Soul Snatcher, struggling here, but she hits the move. Indy Hartwell says, "Oh, there's an opportunity." Throws Sol Ruca out the ring, pins Ivy, gets the win, and she's the last person for this ladder match. So what did you guys think about this match?
I like Indy, I do, but I really thought Sol was taking this, and I was actually mad because when she did Soul Snatcher, I was like, yes, Soul Snatcher, said it out loud, and then I was like, wait a minute, what is this? And the next minute, Indy wins. And I was like, I mean, I guess I felt like she showed she would work in the ladder match, and I felt like that's, and I get that, as Indy is the more known one because of her work with like Gargano and everything else, and I totally get that, but I felt like if you're trying to create some moment, especially in a ladder match, you think of ladder matches with people like Jeff Hardy who did moments, things you could talk about like 10 years, 20 years, like, oh, he did this. He might have been laid out for most of the match after that, but he did it, okay? And you're like, oh my God, it was crazy. Now, while she's a little bit more smarter with how she maneuver in the ring, I think she would have had somebody who can have like, really put some moments in a ladder match. You have like Roxanne, but if you think of all the women that's actually in the match, I think she's the best suited for a ladder match, honestly. And so that was a little disappointing. I did feel it was kind of weird that Ivy, because I do feel like Ivy is kind of being used as filler pieces in matches now, and it's tough because she can wrestle. And it's like, well, it's like, I don't know if they gave up on her but it doesn't make her look good that she keeps having these matches where it looks close and then no, she doesn't win it. And like I said, I like Indy and I do want them to move better with Indy, but I feel like Indy is going to be in the match and it's not going to be too much for her during it. I do think, if anything, we're probably going to see some stuff with Gigi, we're probably going to see some stuff with Zoe, and we're going to see some stuff with Roxanne. I felt like Sol is in a perfect kind of match to give her a little bit more big stage time and not like, on WrestleMania weekend, but to kind of give her that to kind of really showcase what she can do athletically. And so that was kind of disappointing because she did the Soul Snatcher again, quick in the corner. I was like, yes, damn. Like, and then I was sad after that. And so, and there's no shade to the other ones. I really thought for a ladder match purposes, she has the style for it.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. Like, I really felt like this match, the same way I felt about when they should have had her as one of the people to represent NXT in the Royal Rumble. I feel like she was so like designed for it. Like her skill set, like she is so designed for those type of matches and to create those moments. So I really wish they would have went Soul, but they're taking the time with her and I can't be mad at it. In terms of Ivy, it seems like in the beginning they were so high on her and they went out their way to make sure every time she took a loss, there was some type of interference or something to always make her not really look like she was weak. They've given up that now, and they're just like, take a pin, take another pin, take another pin. And it's clear that they chose protecting Sol over protecting Ivy in this match. So that kind of gives me an idea where their head is at. Also with Indy winning, I kind of would rather she not, because I don't think that she'll win the ladder match and it'll be just another loss. They do this a lot with Indy. They'll have her lose, and they'll have her win, and she'll be in a match, and then she'll lose again, and then she'll win something, and then she'll lose again, and then go on this long losing streak. And it's just kind of like, I'd rather not even have her win this match just to be another loss added to her belt. It's I need them to figure it out with Indy. I really do, because I really like Indy, but this booking is bad. So they need to really figure it out with Ivy and Indy. Sol, she's good right now. I wouldn't say they've done her wrong. I definitely feel like she should have been this match though, because it would have been like 10 times better, 10 times more of the spots. Like, but I mean, I'm not saying anything because I think all these women are so talented, and the match is still going to be bomb as hell. So,
Bomb as Hell by Shea Sawyer. I think with Sol Ruca, because I was thinking that too. Like, I just felt like, wow, she would be a perfect fit. But she's also still finding her way. So I guess I'm like, that part of me made me go like, yeah, that's all right. Maybe next year would be her time. I put that in. I hope that they do find because Ivy, I feel like as I was talking about this match, I feel like I didn't even mention much about Ivy, and she was really solid in that match. It was this one maneuver that she did, a run hurricanrana. I said, oh damn, she's really, really good. And I know she's done other stuff too in the ring, but I was looking, I was like, wow, she's really solid. So I hope that they find their way with her. I saw someone in the chat earlier, they mentioned what happened to Tatum. I mean, that's still a feud, but that's not like top priority. That's going to be like one of those, the storyline that we were talking earlier about Electra and Valentina. You know, I think that's where it's categorized. So hopefully they do something with her. But all the women come out, and Roxanne comes out. She raises her belt. She's going to be in the match. She has been in NXT for a while. It is time for a call up. I remember us talking and we were saying her being called to the main roster and doing something with Candice LeRae. That would be really, because you can help both characters. You can help both, because Candice hasn't really been doing anything on Raw. I'm trying to think. I think she was in a team for a period, like a little, like this team. Like, wasn't she doing something with Nikki Cross? And then I don't know what happened. Nikki Cross, I don't even know what happened to that. So I think you call Indy up there and you could do something with them, and you also give yourself another team for the women tag team titles. So I think that would be a smart move. But yeah, all the women come out. We got a prime target. We got Bron against Melo. You know, Melo's cool as hell. I just want to say and throw that out there real quick. The man is cool as hell. You know, he's talking. He's just showing how they're both in the same class. Him coming through winning the breakout tournament in 2021. And, you know, just showing all his success, winning the North American Championship, unifying that in the Cruiserweight Championship, being in War Games, just all his accolades, right? And there's a spot, I thought this was cool. He's at the club, and he's like, yeah, I go to the club, but I don't stay out late. You know, I go out and go training. So you see him and Trick, and he tells Trick, like, I'll catch you later. And he's training and prepping for his match against Bron. Then you see the same thing with Bron. And he, this is I mean, beside the muscle definition, this is what we have in common, me and Bron, when he talks about, you know, he doesn't do clubbing. And I agree, because, you know, I like to get some rest. I don't have time for loud noise. I'm just saying, it's loud. But he's training and he's watching these videos of Melo, and I'm really excited about this match. They mentioned a lot. This is the youngest NXT main event ever, so I look forward to this. I mean, this is going to be it's going to be a good match. I look forward to it. I feel like I'm talking a lot. Ladies, why don't you take the floor? What did you guys think about this segment?
It was good. I like them both. And so I guess like having Bron said what he said, but then even I think they showed a little segment with like Trick was like partying or something, and he was like he can't celebrate until he finishes, and that gave me very Kobe-ish type, you know, Jordan type situations. When you think of like, there was always the thing was like, why was LeBron celebrating before you made it, to where you need to make it to. And so I liked that mentality in regards to when you think of like a champion type of mentality, is you don't celebrate until we made it to the end. We don't celebrate it until we finish the job. And so I actually appreciated that. I literally thought of Jordan and Kobe Bryant when he said that. And I was like, he's smart. That's what you're supposed, like, you can be excited that you made it far enough, but until you get what you need to get done. I like the whole, like, okay, we celebrate afterwards. We celebrate and then the fact that he was even saying that Bron seemed not like he wanted it as much. And then you think of, like, I believe was it Rocky 3, when Rocky got comfortable. He got the title, he had some money now, he got comfortable. So he was training the first time that faced with Clubber Lang. He was sitting there doing photo shoots that are really training, while Clubber was training hard and he lost. And so I'm not saying, and it's like a lot of the things he said just made me think of a whole bunch of different analogies for that. And so I like Bron, but if Carmelo wins, I will not be upset about that. I think he's an absolute superstar. He has the look, he has mic skills, he can wrestle again. And if you're trying to bring in, like, like the joke when you bring in the Roman Reigns, like every time Roman Reigns is discovered by some random person who don't watch wrestling, I'm like, yes, because hello, yeah, but then also let's calm that down, sis, get in line. But and so, like, I feel like Carmelo's a person who can bring in some people if they don't know about wrestling, because he can also wrestle, but he's also attractive. And I feel like that we literally will buy whoever just like themes, like we know. Like, you support the ones you like, you buy bad merch and everything to have all the things for them. And so but I thought it was a really good segment leading up to this. I thought this was the youngest in general. And I don't know if I heard that wrong. I thought it was like it was the youngest in general. But if it is NXT, that's still super awesome to be the youngest NXT main event. Like, and then they both were from the same graduating class, apparently, which I also think, as far as when they first kind of got into NXT, that group, they're from the same class, which is always like, okay. Like, like, I believe, wasn't Carmelo and LeBron in same class when they got to the NBA, I believe, same class. And so it kind of gave me those vibes again, like, okay, all right. That's funny that I say his name is Bron and Melo and LeBron. Just caught that with LeBron and Carmelo Anthony. But, like, I feel like it's going to be a good matchup either way. It's probably going to be one of, like, the top matches of the night for me, honestly.
Oh, yes, me.
You're muted.
Yes, me. Shush. Yeah, no, I totally agree with everything that you just said, Kat. Like, it was so on the nose. I'm happy either way. The petty in me, because of that NXT crowd, will want Bron to win and go on a 2-year run. I don't even care. That's how mad they got me. But the other me is like, love Carmelo. I think he's so talented. And I agree, he is a great look. Just like Roman. I was actually harassed on TikTok with 15 back-to-back Roman Reigns edits that I did not ask for. I really feel like Carmelo will really have the market on these edits on TikTok. At some point, he will surpass Roman in the TikTok edit. Listen, I'm telling you, it's serious.
I don't see him on TikTok. Some reason I ended up on lesbian TikTok, and I'm like, how did I get here? I watched one video about some drama, and I was like, well, let me just take a little look through some of the comments because I wanted to read some drama. And I'm like, wait a minute, I don't know. Like,
this is Carmelo's future
on my feed. So I need to see. Maybe I need to look him up and see if I can get more Roman Reigns edits, because I have not been getting that. I've been getting everything but that. And I'm like, why am I getting the random people doing random shit and lesbian TikTok? And there's nothing against them. It's just like, I don't want to see that, because hello, if I can see Roman Reigns slow-mo edits, yes. Save. Okay.
I've been sending all of them to BadGuy because I told him if I have to be harassed with these, obviously I'm going to push it his way. But now I will send them all to you because they don't stop. I don't know how we got on this subject, but I'm just saying it's crazy. But yes, whoever wins, I'm very happy with. I will keep sending them to you, okay?
New York City.
Good old new NYC. We have the better pizza, by the way, Chicago. We have Look, it's Ghost. See, look at H-Man. I see that. Highlight that. Okay, so what? The fuck, Ghost? What about me? Damn, Ghost. Damn, Ghost. What was that? Oh, there we go. I was about to send him a DM saying, "Hey, and you don't want to see those messages because it's dangerous." I think is Katrina still there? Yes. Stop harassing the bad guy.
The TikTok edits got her.
The TikTok gods.
TikTok edits. Grr.
You know the TikTok gods look like. You ever seen that the 3D animation for Judgment Day, and it's just like these three guys in a hood. That's what the TikTok gods look like. I need to get my voice together. I'm losing it. How do you know, Charmaine? Are you backstage? How do you know this? Are you writing?
Don't
Because you are writing. I have a lot of things.
Stop questioning her knowledge, okay?
I can question a lot of things. How dare you?
What's
we're gonna get a Cat back, but the next segment we have is Hank against Drew. Why don't you take the floor and I'll bring her back?
How dare you? You said me take the floor on this. First and foremost, I was just very thrown off that they had Hank come out yet again. For what reason, I will never really know. I mean, I'm not gonna say he didn't have a decent match with Drew Gulak. I feel like he did. I feel like it was decent. I feel like he did a reversal at one point that I rated it very high. Do I still want to see him? No.
That call does.
But it was cute. The match was cute. I can't lie. It wasn't. I feel like when they finally have their real knockdown drag out, it'll be longer. And I feel like that match is going to. I'm wondering, is it going to be Charlie or is it going to be Drew that he has that final match with? Because there has to be,
Drew.
Drew? Yeah, because I feel like there has to be, a closing match for this. They can't just be chatting okay, you know what? We'll agree to disagree. It's gone beyond that, okay? So, yeah, it wasn't a bad match, but I felt like it was very, random, and maybe it could have been left off so we would have had more time for the last segment.
Well, we're going to, because we're going to wait till Kat come back. But I do want to sit here and say what I appreciate about Hank, I see, what I appreciate about Hank, because he's been putting in the work. Like you mentioned how the in-ring work is getting a little bit better, a little bit more. I wouldn't even say Chris. I mean, still things to work on, but I do appreciate that he's taking the time. I mean, slimmed down, too. Very much slimmed down. I'm really impressed by that. I think we got her back. Let's bring her.
Hey.
You ready to come back in? I think she's ready. Let's bring her in. Hey.
Hey, sorry. I don't know. My laptop dead just cut off. And I'm like, why? And it's charged. So I don't know what happened.
Well, we come to the conclusion it was the TikTok gods. They took you into the black hole and just said, come here, Mrs. Trust. But we were talking about Drew Gulak against Hank Walker. Do you want to take the floor real quick about this match?
So when that happened, I was laughing because I thought of Shay right away. When he came out, I was like, oh, I know she bad, because he was out 2 times, and I'm like, not again. He came out twice. He come out with his little one singlet on, smelling all hard to lose.
Right.
Terrible. Terrible. He did all that to lose. All of that to lose. Yes, shenanigans today. I don't know. I think they was mad because I was talking shit. But yeah, he came out and I was like, oh shit, I know Shay is feeling away. And so, which I tweeted that. I was like, I know she I always think of her now when the hate comes out. But he did all that just to lose, and I was just like, so why are we here? Once again,
this is gross. I gotta defend Hank. I'm sorry, I gotta defend Hank. I just knew you gals were just gonna just shit all over Hank. Listen, the man, look, he can only get one singlet. Some people don't have a singlet. You understand me? He used to come out looking like Home Improvement. Now he's trying to change his gear. He's showing some legs. He's showing some footwork. He's doing the best he can. And, no, don't give me that look, Kat, because, you're gross. And I just want to sit here and say that he came out here to lose. he came out to do his best. And I appreciate that. One, Hank the Tank, you gave it your best. You know, funny story. There's a picture. Shay just literally showed me a picture some time back of just him getting cross-faced or something like that. And I said, well, actually, see, thank you, George. Hank is decent. He's trying his best. And why are people getting crapped on for trying their best? There's a lot of people who are too scared to try their best, and I appreciate that. Not a lot of people watch PBS back in the 90s, but he did, and that you can tell because he's trying. And I appreciate that, and I say, hey, what a wonderful time to play. That's literally you Cap, who's
I made it his profile. That's his profile picture right there.
Whose profile picture is that?
That's yours. That's
when
yours.
I call, that's my picture. It's literally someone getting dominated, and it's great. One day, look, Jeffrey. Jeffrey said one day he's going to be a champion. I don't know about that. I think you need to just chill with the alcohol, because you are going a little too over the board here. What else we got here? Ava Rain is going to wrestle for the first time. Thanks, Charmaine, for the breaking news. What else we got? Stop the madness, Shay. Jack, when we gonna win the championship? Don't turn heel on me. I'm the bad guy. I don't think I was meant to be a baby. What else we got here? We talked about Hank getting dominated. We have Tony D and Stacks. They go against Briggs and Jensen. If Briggs and Jensen win, they will be added to the match at Stand and Deliver. Of course they lost. Of course they lost. These guys, I mean, are you kidding me? Like, these guys, Tony D, I don't even say like Tony D and Stacks dominated. I dig the move that they did. It was like like they lift you up. It's hard to explain. It's like a backdrop or something like that. I thought that was pretty cool. But Briggs and Jensen, because of course Kiana and Hayden Fallon comes out, because she gotta spread the hate, which is not cool. Don't do that. This world already went through a lot the last 3 years. They come out not interfere, but they distract Briggs and Jensen. I forgot who got the pin. I think it was Jensen who got pinned because, of course. And Tony D and Stacks, the match is still going to retain. It's going to be a 3-way and not a 4-way. Briggs and Jensen are outside in the cold. So I don't really have a lot of big thoughts on this match. It was there. It was to further it wasn't even about the match. It was to further the storyline. What did you guys think about this further in the storyline? And just real quick, just to throw in here, because Fallon says, I'm going to tell, because he's a snitch. She reminded me of the kid from Recess. I mean, the guy was Randall. Can't trust people with curly hair because they suck. So boom. So she says, I'm going to tell. Tells. And as she's getting ready to tell, she says, Kiana got something to say. And Kiana says, yeah, I do have something to say. And she doesn't say nothing. She just kisses the man. And the man, this was his first ever kiss. So, he's red in the face. I'm glad the camera zoomed above his pants because I did not need to see certain things. But yeah, because I that was the thing. But what do you guys think about this segment?
I was hoping they was gonna win, but something told me they wasn't. I was really hoping they was. I hope I was gonna be wrong. And I was kind of sad because they was all excited in the beginning of the show, like, "Oh, we gonna make it. We gonna get some go." And then I was like, "Oh, okay, well, sorry, guys." And I just like even if I just feel like if you truly wanted him to know, Fallon, then just tell. Send the text. I don't know. Make a phone call. Why are we doing this every week? Instead of like focusing on being a champion. This is why I want her to lose, because
they are.
Kiana don't deserve this. And I get it was a situation with the bar, and that's understandable, but let that go. And I'm a person, sometimes I can hold out a grudge. I can be petty if I need to be petty. But this is like, it's like you got it's not like you got your bar, you got to keep it. You are a champion, undeservingly so. Because you didn't really do anything to be champion, but you are. And then this is what we do. And instead, every week, let me go tell on what Kiana is doing instead of me. Let me fight. Like, if I was, that's what I said last week, Kiana should have let Fallon get beat up and left her there to think about her actions. Just get beat up and let you sit there in the corner and be sad. Because why are you going this hard? If you really was concerned about him and you really was like, no, I got to tell him, you wouldn't even do all this weird stuff like, Tell them what you need to tell them. Like, why are we being weird about this? Like, if it's really that serious to you, if this was my friend that was truly concerned about it, I'm like, you know what? This is proof I got. This is what's happening, and that this may mess up my friendship, but I'm concerned. But I'm not gonna be like, well, you better tell him for the 5th week, and nothing is said. Then why are we doing this every week? And you're not that concerned because you haven't said anything yet. You keep letting it keep going long and long, and then she's sitting there getting frustrated. Like, why are you so concerned? Like, either tell him you like him or tell him what it is and move on. Because I'm tired of this every week. Every week. Let it go. Like, I want them to lose. And it's not even Kiana, it's her. I want her to lose, and then she can go back to wherever she is supposed to be doing in NXT. Go back to the bottom. I don't know. But you don't need to be this high up.
Like she's in a barrel, like she's just in a barrel. Just go back into the forest somewhere, back to the wilderness.
Yes, back to the bottom, so I can stop seeing her on my screen because she's annoying. It's like if you were so a good friend, why are you not telling him what it is? Like, I'm not doing this every week. If I feel like I care my friend enough, and I feel like because I'm not, they'll have me looking crazy. There's too much, and like they say, women are FBI agents, and we can find shit, which we can. If get your proof and show it to him. Now, if you don't believe right away and it comes out, you did your job as a friend. But don't every week you're sitting there causing a scene and then nothing is said and you're sitting there looking dumb. Stop it. Get it together.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think. Oh, go ahead. Finish your thought. I'm sorry. I was trying to get to Jeffrey, but go ahead. Get your.
You don't know because you want to try and yell at Jeffrey. What?
No. He mentioned right here. No, Jeffrey, because you were saying they wasn't friends to begin with, but you was talking about Kiana and Jensen. Because I mixed that up too, because I was saying these girls are not friends.
No, yeah, I know Fallon and Kiana were the friends. I'm talking about Fallon and Jensen. If that's your friend and you're truly concerned, then tell him and stop being weird about it every week when you keep making these speeches and being these innuendos. Just say, listen, this is what's going on. Here's my proof. And if he doesn't believe it, but it comes out, well, you did your job as a friend. And that is it. That's what I meant. I know her and Kiana's not friends, but she's still doing the most. Like, you could, how many tag team people kind of give them a tag team and they was like, you know what, I'm not doing this with you. If she was really not friends with her, I wouldn't be a tag team champion with her. For what? If I trust you that little, we don't need to be tag champions. So she just need to do something, do better, or get off my screen, because I'm tired of seeing her every week with the same thing. It's like, you haven't learned. Get it together.
Yeah, no, she is aggravating. I'm ready for her to go. Girl, you're such a she's like a performative friend. Every week, I'm going to tell him. But you never get there. You got his number. You know where he live. Yeah, you know where he live. You could have definitely said something by now. You're a hater. And then for her to try to do that, no. She was the biggest hater I've ever seen posing as a friend. The man just lost his match. Now you want to tell him this? You couldn't tell him at a better time. You're an a-hole for that. Like, why do you want to tell him right when he just lost? Make his day worse. What type of friend would do that? This is
not the best time. And I'm like, and yet here you are.
It's funny. You give him the what's this girl's name? Fallon. You make her sound like Murray, because you know when Murray says you're not the father, and then he just runs to you like, oh, I'm sorry about this. And you're like, this is probably the worst time to be trying to console me, because things are really bad. I had this camera guy chase me. But yeah, it's wild. It's very wild. I mean, this is probably the longest CW special I've ever seen in my life. But maybe hopefully we will move on from this, because wow. It reminds me of Dawson's Creek, which is a terrible show. But
you keep bringing it up though. This is like the 7th time.
The 6 seasons. Sorry. So sorry. I couldn't believe I Googled that, and that bothered me so bad. I'm so sorry.
But why did you Google it? Like, if you don't like it, I'm not Googling shows I don't like.
No, I wanted to know why I did this. I Googled this because I was like, wow, this was a show. Because I only know the theme. So I said, how long did this go? Because I was a big fan of Black Lightning, right? It had 4 seasons, which was ridiculous. Could have had more, whatever. I'm not going to use a certain card. I'll leave that alone. But this show had 6 seasons. I want to pedigree somebody right now, but I digress. Let me move forward. We have the main event of this of the show, because then we're going to do a quick prediction because we're an hour in. It's Grayson Waller. Grayson, lay him out, Waller. He comes out here. Grayson Waller made a whole 7. Oh, shut up. Tired of you. Grayson Waller comes out. He talks about trying to build a relationship with the NXT crowd. He talks about the War Games, being in that War Games match, being on Team NXT 2.0. He talked about singing and dancing, trying to get the approval of the crowd, which he did. And this crowd sucks. It didn't appreciate greatness like Shawn Michaels. Because, you know, Shawn Michaels, it's hard for him to see. You ever seen his eye? How he looks? Boom. I'm always going to be a Bret Hart guy. So Grayson won me immediately when he said he's a Bret Hart guy. So sorry. Here, I was my pink shirt. I wish I wore it today. I can't find it. But he talks about trying to win the crowd. And he calls Johnny Gargano a mark. So he said, you wanted to bet on yourself. But then he's like, there's a whole paragraph in the chat, and I'm not reading that. But he says bet on yourself. But he said he'd been betting on him. And he even said something. There was a whole, in there. And he talked about how Johnny's begging for this unsanctioned match, which he is, because, you know, Johnny got dominated in front of his family, and it's sad that happened. It's now Johnny want to have his CW edge. Now he want to be. I wasn't a fan. We didn't get to do a show last week, but I appreciate him beating up Harvey last week. Harvey was having some fun. He was having, he cosplays as Johnny, and that's the things he gets. I think you're just a really bad individual, Johnny Gargano. You know, I used to like you, but now I don't. I might even change my theme now in 2K. But it's the OG Rebel Heart, so I might keep it because it's great. But Johnny does a sneak attack. I'm not a fan of that. That's just some Staten Island behavior. Not a fan of it. He tried to get a cheap shot, but Grayson, lay him out. Grayson was just getting the better of him. And that's how the thing was going. We got Jeffrey, and he said Booker T was hilarious. He told Vic, "Told you mind your business. Don't get caught up in the parking lot." Booker T is great, but Vic is awful. Vic is also like awful too, because he didn't even help his friend. Now he wants to sit there and say, "Yeah, get him, Johnny." Shut up, Vic. Just shut up. But yeah, Grayson lays him out. Johnny's bleeding. And that's the end of this episode of CW. But what did you guys think about this segment?
Grayson did all that smack talking to come out with guards. Get real. If you're gonna talk all that smack and have some guards, then you need to. It's like the person who's like, "Ooh, I'm talking shit online," and then you get seen in person. And now it's like, I didn't. That's not what I said. And yes, I feel like, after I kind of had to look at Johnny away because like I said, you don't be coming to my house. I feel like there's just a level of respect. Can't be me. You can't come to my house, beat me up in front of my family. I feel like that's disrespect.
Would you agree he got dominated?
I have to play a little dirty because you're not gonna beat me up in front of my spouse and kids. That's just personally. You're not doing that to me, not me. And so like I said, Johnny has to go kick his ass because I feel like you can't do all that and then lose. I feel like you can't get beat up in front of your house and then also lose at WrestleMania weekend. It's like you can't do that, bro. You can't do that. But Grayson irks my soul. He really does. I just want to slap him sometimes. I don't like his face. It bothers me. I'm just like, no. And I feel like a level of rage. And so I really need Johnny to beat his ass so I can be like, this is what you get, Grayson. And then you can go somewhere for a while and maybe also get caught in the parking lot because the parking lot is the spot clearly in NXT. He did, and it was terrible. You're not supposed to clean up with cleaning supplies. I feel like the disrespect level. It's like, you clean trash up and dirt and stuff with a broom. And it's like terrible. And so I feel like Johnny really needs to kick his butt. Like truly really need to kick his ass. And Grayson needs to go somewhere because I'm tired of him. He disrespected Shawn Michaels already. Came his little Bret Hart shirt. Talking back, like he just doing shenanigans for weeks, and I'm over him. Like, go somewhere, kick his ass, so I don't have to see him. Maybe he can get kidnapped in the parking lot as well, and so we can get a month of freedom from seeing his stupid face. And I'm like, you know what? Thank you, whoever it is putting it out there. Take him down in the parking lot, let him lose, and then take him right after he's going sad to the parking lot, like, oh, I lost, and then take him and kidnap him for a while. I don't want to see him. I'm tired. I'm over it. But yeah, those are my thoughts.
Those were good thoughts. Yeah, I don't know why you keep saying Grayson lay him out Waller, because you're like, when did he be laying anybody out? Be serious. If he's not sneak attacking nobody, he's not laying nobody out. He got washed by Bron Breaker 2 times back to back, easy at that.
No, he just wanted to give the
survivor. He cheated.
Who? Who?
It's my moment. Is it my moment? I was just checking. Oh, okay. So yeah, Grayson, he is a liar, a cheater. He has problems. He should have been arrested, because why would you? How did you even find out where he lived? Exactly. Something's up with him. I'm telling you, the day they catch him in the parking lot, you're gonna see me. You're gonna see me in the back with a camera, because I need to be there for it. Because he does too much talking. I'm sick of him. Johnny, I do agree with Kat. Johnny, you definitely should have came with a stun gun this time. Hands is not enough. He beat you up in front of your family with your own supplies. You went to Target and bought that, and he beat you with it. That's so embarrassing. You needed to come with a stun gun. It was not hands. Target. It was not enough. That's all I have to say.
Sucks. Order in the court. So that's the review. There was a lot of some good takes. I think my takes were even better. H-Man, give me 20 points. So with that all being said, hey guys, I want to do a quick prediction. Talk about prediction. Stand Deliver is this Saturday. I think it's like at 1, right? It's like really early because WrestleMania is the same. A lot of wrestling this week. So hope you guys are ready for it. Oh, I knocked the battery out of my. That's a lot. Whatever. Let's go to the fashion one. No,
are you ready? Are you ready?
You want to put the music?
Let me get this generic football music. No, I'm kidding.
Generic football music.
I wish we did. You know what? I'm adding generic football music next time. So let's get this rock.
I'm just waiting for the guy from Nickelback to come through, and the guy from Solana to just start singing. All right, guys, we're going to talk about NXT Stand and Deliver. Oh, I thought the music was going out. We're going to talk about Stand and Deliver. Let's talk about it. Let's get these matches. Let's talk about our predictions. Chat, join us as we do this. We couldn't get the updated version, but we have the NXT Women's Championship. We have Zoe Stark, Gigi Doll, Tiffany Stratton, Lyra Valkyria. How you say it? Say it for me, please.
Lyra Valkyria.
Thank you. Who else do we have? Indy Hartwell, and also now in the match is Roxanne Perez. I see Roxanne retaining. My original pick was to play it safe, Tiffany, but I think it's good. I think it's best that you keep it on Roxanne. Tiffany can have her time in the sun later on. She don't win the championship right now, but I'm going to go with Roxanne retaining.
Same.
I really think, I don't know, like, because I want to say this is a make or break for Indy Hartwell. So I'm going with a dark horse. I think Indy might win. I know it sounds crazy, but I think Cora is going to get involved, and Roxanne is not going to be champion by the end of this week. I really do think that.
Ooh, great predictions there. Great predictions. Let's go to the next thing. We have a triple. Oh no, I'm sorry, wrong comment. We have the NXT Women's Tag Team Championship. I think we all can agree that Aladon and Alba Fire are going to burn these two girls, and we're going to have new tag team champions on Saturday.
Yep.
Great take.
Get the titles up off that lady so Kiana can move on with her life.
I was really enjoying this episode of Seven Heaven. On to the next card, we have what I think should open the show. I honestly think this match should open it. We have the NXT North American Championship Open Champ. We have Wesley, Dragunov, JD McDonough, Axiom, and Dragon Lee. I mean, a lot of talent in this match right here. I got to stick with Wesley. I don't see a title change here. Dragunov and Boxhead, they're going to be fighting, and they're not even going to be thinking about the championship. So I see Wesley retaining.
I want Axiom to win.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, I like Wesley, but I don't know. I feel like Axiom might win this.
Ooh, maybe it's a title change. We'll have to wait and see. Next, we have an 8-person tag. We have Chase U, and Tyler Bate going against Schism. This is a debut match of Ava Raine. I took the S out because, over the weekend I kept calling Ava Raine. Ava Raine, it's Ava Raine's debut. Schism got to take this. I see Duke getting tired of carrying Chase U after all the shenanigans that Chase U has put Duke through. So I'm going to go with Schism.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you can go.
I was gonna say I would have said that Schism was winning, but they have the power of the big strong boys, so I really don't see Chase U losing because they have Tyler Bate.
Ooh. What do you got, Mrs. Frost?
See, that's the thing. I want to say Chase U, but I feel like Duke is going to mess it up for them. I feel that, because he's a hater. I feel like even with the skills of Tyler Bate, he's going to do something, and they're going to lose, and then, unfortunately, Schism will take over Chase U.
What in the MCU? Did it take over the Chase U? I love it. Schism just take over. It's just a dark cloud over Chase U. I love it. We have next. We have the unsanctioned match. We have my God, I almost said him Grayson. Grayson Layamount Waller going against Johnny Gargano. I want to say Grayson, but Johnny's going to cheat and use some kind of tactic. So I see Johnny Gargano winning.
Also going with Johnny because he needs to win this, because you can't get beat up at home and lose. I feel like you better come back and do what you need to do. So I'm going with Johnny.
Johnny is gonna beat the brakes off of this man. He's gonna be like, "What? He's gonna be on NXT on Tuesday, like, why did I win? You know what, Shawn Michaels? I'm ready because he's losing."
That accent, I think someone just left the room because of that accent. Oh, we already did this one. I'm sorry. And I'm trying to make sure before we get to the main did we do all the matches? Oh, we mentioned this NXT Tag Team Championship. I'm just gonna go with Gallus. I don't see a title change there. Gallus retains.
I would have said that, but then I don't know. Maybe they'll try to be funny and have D'Angelo and Stacks win.
Ooh. Okay. What you got, Captain?
I think Gallus is going to retain. I really do. I don't know why, but I just feel like they're going to retain.
All right. And we have what is going to be the main event that night. We have Bron Breakker against Carmelo Hayes. This match has been making in the, 15, 16 months. Bron Breakker has had quite the run with the NXT Championship, but I think Saturday is he parts ways with the championship, and Melo wins the championship.
Yeah, like I said earlier, I like Bron, but something is telling me Carmelo's gonna win this.
Yeah, I think Carmelo's winning. If he doesn't, Trick has something to do with it. That's all I gotta say.
And that is the quick prediction show. We're going to call it a show. We're going to do real quick. You can follow us on all social media platforms and Unpopular Review. Kat, I want you to take the floor. I know you're very tired. I want to just, me and Shay both appreciate you being on air with us. We appreciate you staying up late and dealing with all the nonsense that is, well, mainly Shay, but we appreciate you for being on with us. Why don't you plug, and then we can take it from here. We just want to say, and everyone in the chat, please say thank you to Kat, but why don't you tell them you have something big happening this weekend, and tell them your plugs and everything.
So yeah, for social media, I'm on everything in Kat We Trust, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Isa3. As I had earlier because my phone, now I'm on my phone. But yeah, I do have the panel Behind the Magic Women of Color in Wrestling happening in Chicago. Which is why I've actually been a little tired because I've been doing stuff all week, literally already. It's been a hectic week. And so basically just kind of showcasing women of color in the wrestling scene in all aspects of the industry. I think that's important. Ring announcing, podcaster, hosts, commentators, all of that. And so I thought it was important. And this is now number 4 at Chicago Comic-Con. And so I'm super excited about it. I'm happy to have Shay on it, who was a part of the original OG squad in New York Comic-Con. And so it's going to be fun. We leave Friday. With the 3 of us, we'll actually be leaving Friday to head to Chicago, and it should be a really good time. And so we will be doing WrestleMania weekend in Chicago, but I'm actually really happy that people are seeing what I'm trying to do as far as kind of putting other women of color in a place where they can kind of speak about their experiences, and hopefully, this would lead to other people doing stuff. Like Shay joined Women's Wrestling Talk after New York Comic Con. I think somebody else said that she did this. And so it makes me very happy to know that people are listening to what we're saying and, believe in this panel. And so just that's what's going on with me. And then I did join Capital Championship Wrestling literally yesterday, which is super awesome because they have like an amazing women's roster. And so kind of reeling in that as well. But yeah, thank you guys for having me, because I'm sorry for yawning. I literally was running on like 2 hours of sleep because it's been really hectic. But I'm excited. I feel like tomorrow's my rest day, and so I get to kind of recharge a bit before Thursday and Friday of traveling. So thank you guys for having me.
And we both want to say thank you for joining us. And this weekend is going to be so much fun. Matter of fact, we did a prediction show before you go. We did a prediction show for WrestleMania. And, I talk about, because I hate always telling Shay that Finn is getting dominated, but he's going to have a match against Edge. I'm really rooting for Finn to win because I'm so scared to be in the same area as this woman if Finn loses. I might not even, I'm so petrified. I sat there and said, I'm going to be in a closed area with this woman. So I'm very scared, but I'm having faith that Adam will do the right thing and lay on the ground. But I sit here and say, Katrina, thank you for being on air. We'll take it from here, and hopefully we can do some more of these.
We love you.
Yes. This was my first spot. This is where it all started, actually, at Unpopular Review, before I did all this other stuff. So this is my first spot. But yes, I've been around Shay before when Finn was lost.
And I
don't know if you remember that meme for that viewing party. That meme was going like for 4 months. That became your expression for Finn losing. It was a meme for like 4 months. Like, I don't even know who took that meme, but it was like the greatest thing because people was like, "This is just the expression of disappointment," and it just was used on wrestling Facebook for like 4 months of the expression of sadness and disappointment when Finn lost that year. And so we're gonna hope that does not happen again.
I'm so scared.
I like that. So he's it's supposed to be Demon Finn, and so I'm gonna assume they usually don't let him.
Yeah, he got dominated.
I feel like they normally don't let him lose as Demon Finn, so he probably will win it off that alone because they don't normally let him lose when he's Demon.
And also, too, he has a great chance winning because the guy is not Samoan. Usually, if it's Samoan, the Demon don't stand a chance. But if the Demon does the right thing by not standing on the turnbuckle, he might actually win. So I'm hoping for the best. I'm sorry, he got dominated. You're muted.
That is his finisher. What is he supposed to do?
I don't want to get yelled at anymore. I just don't. I don't want to get yelled at. Please. Can you please not yell at me on the podcast? Yeah, guys. I guess we could call it a wrap. There's all this content on Unpopular Review. We do NXT, AEW, if you want to see people bleed, and all kinds of things. There's entertainment as well. And also, too, you can catch you two ladies. I mean, this was the most crazy version of the view of NXT, but y'all have a more sane version on Thursday, right? Why don't you plug all that stuff, Cap, before we go home?
Women's Wrestling Talk podcast. That is Thursday, and that is at 7 p.m. Catch us.
And with that all said, I guess we'll catch you guys next week. And let me see. Where's the outro? Where's the outro? No. I'm trying to look for the outro. I'm sorry. Guys, say goodbye to everybody. Bye, y'all. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next week.